It's me again, Triakasah. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's happening yesterday, and yeah, of course I'm gonna share what I'm doing. Well, mostly the day that I've spent yesterday is playing with Gimbal, trying new techniques, and yeah, I'm gonna share the techniques that I learned from YouTube. I will share the link of that video in the description, and yeah, of course, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Instagram influencer marketing. Why is it is really important on these days? Since, well, yeah, it is still its golden era for everybody who wants to grow their brands. Alright, let's talk about what's happened yesterday. Not really much happening. I kind of spend most of my times um, doing social media stuff, replying comments, making contents, and so on. I kind of handle a couple accounts, business accounts. Since I'm kind of running digital marketing too. Kind of made a video for OptaFX Explorer Bincang business in Manado. Still on progress. I'll send you the video when it's finished. Just want to share some thoughts, suggestions from you will be great for me. And yeah, kinda after that, I kinda spent like couple hours playing with Gimbal. It's a new stuff, Xeon Cran Plus. I kinda want to learn some techniques, moves, and tips and tricks how to use the gimbals. And well, it turns out, not so bad, but yeah, pretty good. Of course, if you want it, I'm gonna share the result that how I just just doing testing with the gimbal. Since you really insist wants to see it, right, here's.
I can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time.
Right, I guess that's mostly happening yesterday. Not really much again, there's not such crazy things happening. But yeah, doing those things kinda take whole days, like 15 hours. But next is I want to talk about Instagram influencer marketing. Alright, just a little bit brief description what exactly this Instagram influencer marketing. I have a structured text that I already prepared, and I think I'm gonna share it with you in a very simple and effective way. Instagram influencer marketing will allows your brand to reach the target audience specifically, that in a way that feels like far more genuine, like just rather than the traditional ads, like like a boost post and or promote post or whatever. Why does it different from Instagram influencer? First thing first, I think Instagram influencer marketing to your social media marketing strategy, it is very helpful to increase the brand awareness, and of course, grow your follower base, and yeah, at the end of the days, it will drive major sales. We both know for quick money, you're gonna sell stuff, okay, you're done. But if you're doing branding always wins in the end. Well, that's a thing that most big companies branded do. They spend a lot of efforts on branding because in the end, branding always wins. Instagram influencer, they remove the barriers that traditional ads, because the customer are introduced to your brands through the trusted search, well, we can say that influencers, because well, we believe influencer much more because well, they're authentic. I mean, they're real and very casual rather than just we saw a post that there is a sponsor tag below the title or the account. Yeah, I guess that's why I think influencer marketing works much more better. Now, 1,000 question hanging out there. How much does it cost? Well, as per Instagram influencer marketing, it is super flexible. It could be cheap, it could be expensive. Not in a way that because there's no price. It's because mostly the influencer didn't know how to price themselves. Some of the accounts are too expensive, some of them are underpriced. Well, again, they don't know. Well, it is it's our, well, I guess it's our choice which one we're gonna make. Alright, enough with that blah 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 descriptions. Let's go to practical. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this particular strategy is one of ways that we can grow our brand in the whole Indonesia. But yeah, again, this is a very effective way, in a way that small, medium, or big companies can do in a very effective way and very cheap. Well, again, I will share the price and the strategy. Now let's start with the strategy. First, we're going to go very broad, covering up to 30 big cities in Indonesia. We find the best several influencer accounts in every cities. Mostly more like portal informations that mostly the local people will follow. You're gonna have to prepare the contents again, like 2 or 3 contents in a day, week, whatever. So whatever you want. Next is we're gonna pay the influencer to post at least once in 2 weeks for each account, and engage with everyone who's trying to engage in that post from the influencer, regardless comments or whatever. Right, now how we're gonna pick the influencer that gonna help us to grow our brands. Well, here are some criteria that I create that is for micro influencer that we're gonna target. First thing is well, of course, public accounts, which mean it doesn't really represent one person, community, or organizations, but much more like they're posting information available in the certain areas, and yeah, they're very active, and usually the influencer that very updates what's happening in that current area, region, or cities. And yeah, they're very interactive in a way that they reply to their communities, and communities also giving feedback to that influencer. It's just very active, and we want that because well, we're targeting the audience. Well, this one is just some more analytics. I know that well, most people could made that up or do something, or hacking it, or cheating with it. I don't know, but yeah, of course we can count the how percentage of the engagement based on the followers. Let's say 10k to 100k followers. That is mostly the active influencer on Instagram, and they have at least 1k to 10k likes. Well, it could be larger and much larger, depends on the account. Usually the larger the numbers of the engagement, well, the higher the price. But again, usually they kinda didn't know the exact price. And next thing is on that post, at least they have 5 to 100 or 200 comments. Why? That's how we're gonna see how the audience of that influencer interacting to them as a influencer. Alright, next is how we're gonna know that this influencer has a lot of audience that watching them. Very easy to me. We can choose at least just one video that the influencer posted like 3 or 4 days ago, and we can see how many views the post got. Like if it's like around 10k to 100k, that usually active influencer. Right, again, now this kind of strategy, it seems like too general, not too specific. Like probably you have a product of t-shirt, clothes, uniforms, or stationery, or whatever your product is, but this strategy more like you want to generalize to the people that they can know, they can listen, they can see that there is a brand, your brand, and what you're doing. That's the first goal of this strategy. Well, let me explain in structured words. We're gonna introduce the brand to everyone all over Indonesia, develop the brand awareness, and increase people trust to the brand since we're using influencer. And in case your product or your business have a community around it, well, you can grow up the community since, well, everybody knows it. And of course, we can reach as many potential customer or clients as possible since, well, the influencer is very authentic, and well, again, people mostly gonna see the post from influencer rather than sponsor traditional ads. And in the end, the goal is for the major sales for the brand. Alright, here's the list of the Instagram influencer accounts along with the cities and with the simple statistics. Of course, with the estimate price per ad, how much does it cost per post. And mostly are big cities in Indonesia. Why I'm choosing big cities? Because like when you kinda arrive and touch the big city, the big cities usually cover up the region or areas around them, and yeah, that's why I choose big cities. And well, there are one cities with a couple accounts, and there's one city with just one account. With this list, you can just you can do your own statistic to see which one you can pick. And again, I'm not endorse these Instagram accounts. It just, to me, like they're very active in a way that suit my criteria in my strategy. Well, I guess you can see it by yourself. The file is in the descriptions, and I guess that's been it. Well, how much exactly that we can spend? As per my calculations, based on the strategy that I already explains, it's literally 1,000 to 2,000 bucks every month. We can bring our brand to the people all over Indonesia, and it is very in an authentic, effective, and a very underpriced way. Alright, to summarize this up, why do I really obsess with this Instagram influencer marketing? Well, none other than because this is where the most attention that mostly Indonesian people have. Well, again, this huge attention is also very underpriced. Like literally you can post whatever your picture in Jakarta, well, hundreds of thousands can see whatever your posting is, and you're just gonna pay like 100,000 rupiah. super cheap. Now, have I run my strategy and is it working? Well, as per now, I'm still running it. In a, well, not really much money spending it. I kind of proposed this to a company, but well, seems like they're not really intrigued as I am, and well, I don't know. I don't think it doesn't work for them. And as per me, I'm still running it, but in a smaller scope, in a well, it's a smaller money to spend. Is it working? There's a big chance, yeah, and I can sense that it is working. The awareness of the brand that I'm the brand that I'm working with, that influencer, is kind of, you know, raise up, and let's see the end of the year, or probably 2 years, or I don't know. Again, this kind of branding thing is not happening like literally over a day or a week or a month. It takes years. It does, because we're doing branding, not selling. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you could get a valuable information from this, and yeah, see you next time.